Are you interested in the Urban Decay 24-hour Quickie multi-use concealer in the shade 20NN? If so, you're in the right place and keep on watching. This concealer is new in my life. It's probably been out for 4 or 5 months now. I want to say I picked this up during the Sephora VIB sale haul this spring. It's been sitting around and it's about time I throw it on my face and do a first impression review. I have the shade 20NN. The concealer does come with a built-in brush. I'm not one to use brushes under my eyes, but I think I will give it a try to spot conceal. This claims to be multi-use, so I'm going to use this not only under my eyes and spot concealing, but I'm going to kind of put it a little bit all over my face and see if you can't get away with using this as like a one and done and not going in with a foundation. I was attempting to film without my box lights, but I don't know if it's going to be too dark. Let me turn them on. All right, let's do some swatches. So here is today's product, which is from Urban Decay, the Quickie 24-hour. Next over, we have from Tarte. This is my current holy grail. It's the creaseless concealer. Next, we have from KVD, the Good Apple concealer. And last, we have from Huda Beauty. This here is the Overachiever concealer. This concealer is ginormous. You get 16 milliliters, or actually 16.4. A normal or typical concealer seems to have 10 ml. At least the Huda has 10 ml, as does the KVD, whereas the Tarte has 6.4 grams. This concealer comes with one of those ginormous doe foots, and I think since you get so much product and it claims to be full coverage, you will need very little. But this is why I think this would be a good concealer to apply where you need it and just blend it out really well for a one and done look. All right, let's start under the eyes, and I'm gonna just try to get the smallest amount. I feel like that's too much. Go right there. I do have some hyperpigmentation, so I'm gonna put a dot there and a dot there, and then I have some scarring, a little redness from some acne I had right here. And then I have some very large, dark freckles or small hyperpigmentation, depending how you want to look at it. So I'm going to put a little dot there and same right there. And then I have some redness around my nose and on my nose. So I'm just taking what's remaining. So I'm going to let that set there just for 20 or 30 seconds. And I'll blend that in and we'll see how it looks. And then I'll just add a few dots around my whole face and blend that in to see if it will work kind of as a foundation. I have a dampened sponge, which I'll use under my eyes, and then I'll use their brush to try to blend in what is on my face. All right, let's start with under the eyes, and I'm going to just take my finger and kind of spread it out slightly. And since I've never used this before, I don't know if that's too much or not enough product, but let's start with just pressing it in with the damp sponge. I don't know if I let it sit there too long. It didn't seem to blend in super well. But let me blend in the other dots and then I will come back to under my eyes. This brush here, it is soft, but it is dense. And I don't know if on camera it's going to pick up. It's a deep purple. It's kind of looking black in the viewfinder, but it is a purple. All right, let's see how this does. I'm just going to stipple it because I have a feeling if you drag it, it won't be so good, but we shall see. Now this shade 20NN is a pretty good match to my natural skin tone. So if you are around my shade and you only intend to use this for under your eyes and you like it to brighten, I would go down a shade. But I think it's a pretty good match. Okay, the brush is a little rough on my skin. I have sensitive skin. By rough, I mean I can feel the bristles. Is it horrible? No. Is it as soft as other brushes? Not even close. But I think in a pinch, having that on the end would come in handy, particularly if you toss this in your bag and you carry it with you. You're out and about, you need to touch up, you scraped your face, pulled off some of your foundation or concealer. It's always nice to have something included in the product, but it's not going to be something I reach for each and every time I use the product. All right, I'm going to take my damp sponge and just kind of press in, because around my nose particularly, I can see a little bit of the brush strokes. Let me zoom in and let's see so far how it looks. I would say under my eyes, which are very dry. I have very dry skin, mature skin. I'm 56 years old. I do have fine lines and wrinkles. Any and all concealers are gonna suffer. But this one in particular seems extra, or at least on my skin, immediately, like right when I was blending it in, it was settling into my fine lines, and it seems quite drying for me. Now, I tend to go for a more moisturizing serum, lighter weight concealers as they work better on my skin. This concealer is full coverage, which to me means it's more pigmented. It's also quite thick. I'm going to add some dots all around my face, blend it in with a sponge, and as I do so, I'm going to read to you the claims that Urban Decay has for this product. The Urban Decay website claims that this has up to 24-hour coverage. It's full coverage with a natural finish and has intense all-day hydration. It says to tap it, buff it, done. Conceal, spot treat, contour, highlight, and more with the new Quickie 24-hour multi-use concealer. Designed for multi-use, add full coverage with a natural finish, whatever, whenever. I would say for me, it is not hydrating at all. It doesn't feel tacky at all. Is it transferring? I can't tell on my fair skin. Let's take a white tissue and see how she does. All right, here's the white tissue. I'm just gonna press it against my cheek. It did a pretty good job. There is a little bit, but how often are we pressing stuff up against our face? I've had products where just immediately it's like wiping off, so pretty good there. I would say for me and my dry, mature skin, this product is better used for spot concealing. It did a nice job covering my hyperpigmentation. This is not doing so good under my eyes. Now, I did only use a little bit because I was concerned. Let's go in and add a little more and see if it can do a better job of covering this kind of darkness I have right here. But there are some fine lines that are kind of being emphasized more than I would like. But hey, I am 56 years old. All right, I'm just gonna add a little more here and here. And I'm also going to not wait as long. Some products I use, they do better as they kind of sit. Maybe this one doesn't. So I'm just going to go straight in with my damp beauty blender or beauty sponge and just kind of press it in. And maybe that will bode better because every product is different. Okay, let me zoom in. That seemed to do a lot better. Maybe because it is full coverage and has more pigment, you don't need to sit there for 30 seconds. I would say maybe for this product, it's best to start blending straight away. This product retails for $33, which is on the higher end-ish, but the Tarte concealer retails for $29, and you get 10 grams less than what comes in here. So since you're getting 16.4 grams at $33, that's a really good deal. Now, there are only 24 shades. Compared to some drugstore brands when it comes to concealers, that's not too bad. Compared to other brands, 24, I would say is above average, but they could do better. Now I want to hear from you. Have you used or tried this product before? If so, let me know. Do you have combo skin, oily skin, or dry skin like I do? And what did you think of this product? Also, this shade 20NN is not the perfect under eye brightening shade for me per se. This is very close to my natural skin tone, which is why I feel it's best to use for spot correcting. But I'm very curious if you've picked this up and what your thoughts are. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so by now, I would love if you would subscribe. For those who have, thank you so much. Remember to click that bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. And if you can do me a big favor, if you could click that thumbs up, it really does help with my channel to grow. All right, thanks everyone.